Welcome to the Art of Interception. My name is Brandon Marshall. I finally got the call to sit here. Never had a pick six like my boy Zont, but doesn't mean I can't sit here and break bread. Make sure you guys download, subscribe, and like. Tune in right now.
Big beef! All right, salute to y'all tuning in for another episode of the Art of Interception, where we say what needs to be said. Got another special guest with me. My UCF brother, you know what I mean? He big as a giant, huge. Brandon Marshall, 6-time Pro Bowler. Miami Dolphins, Denver Broncos, Chicago Bears, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Salute. Woo! What's up, man? Say something to the people, man.
Jets, Giants, you ain't want to count that?
Oh, the Giants. Forgot about the Giants.
You gotta, you know,
was it 4 or 5 teams? 13 years?
Bro,
6 teams, 13 years.
It was 6 real teams. I don't want to count the 7 because I was only there for a month.
Okay.
Number 9, one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. Who? Drew. So I was in New Orleans for a month. Seattle cut me halfway through the year. This was year 13. Called Coach Bill Parcells, like, Coach, man, I know you always told me when I was playing for the Dolphins, because he was running the organization. Mm-hmm. He used to tell me in the prime of my career, he's like, yo, he used to call me Rosie. Mm-hmm. He's like, yo, Rosie, you ain't gonna be able to do it for long. Just like I used to tell Keyshawn, don't chase it. Right? Boom. 6-7 years later, I call him like, Coach, I know you said don't ever chase it, mm-hmm. but I'm chasing. I need one more shot, man. Like I need to fill the playoffs. I want to fill the playoffs with Drew and Coach Payton. Can you call in and just get me a workout? Mm-hmm. And that was my last cup of tea.
That was your last cup of tea.
Yeah.
You ever had any? I have to ask everybody that. You ever had any interactions with Bill Belichick? Any interviews or anything with the Patriots organization?
Bro, what you got against Bill, bro? You gotta let this go, bro.
I just like to see how people feel, you know, that been through it.
You know how I feel. You know how I feel. I feel like.
Did you ever talk to him though? Did you ever have a conversation?
Yes.
Because you didn't play for him.
Yes, and I thought he was one of the coolest dudes, right? Because we see our coaches, you know, inside the building on the field, and they this one way. And I've seen Bill in 2 settings. One at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, mm-hmm. right? And he's with his lady, he's drinking, having a good time, and I'm talking to him, right? And then I also seen him at a big party, the owners meeting, Super Bowl, when it was down here in Miami. Mm-hmm. And so I had the opportunity to talk to him. He was just cool as shit, man.
Right.
And I like Coach. I like those type of coach. I like the Bill Belichick's, the Bill Parcells. That's tough. That's hard on you. They hold everybody accountable. I thrive more in that type of environment than a lax environment.
Right. But you can't judge a book by its cover, right? So it looks good on the outside, right? We think those things. We like accountability, discipline, and all.
Right.
We all play this role. So what I'm saying is, off the field, he's an awesome person. Right. You know, ain't no problem, no complaints. Like you say, he's just like that off the field.
Right.
But when you enter into his world of football, now it's totally different. Things change. You know what I mean? I don't know if you think he would like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how I look at Rodney Harrison, or somebody look at you, my family look at me, like, off the field, you cool, you calm, collect. And now I'm sitting in the stands watching you on the field, just turn into a beast. It's just like, I just was talking to this nice guy, you know what I mean? So it's kind of
let me ask you this question, though. Let's go here because, you know, we had an opportunity to sit down with you on our show, mm-hmm. and it's one of the most legendary shows. Numbers is through the roof because, like you said, you say what needs to be said, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. But, bro, you know different than Bill Belichick. I was thinking about this, like, because I knew this shit was going to come up on your show. Okay. You just like Bill Belichick. How many Olympic athletes would you have come through your household when it's all said and done? Or period, because you touch the youth too.
Right.
So how many Olympians would you say you'll have in 10 to 12 years?
I'm going to say at least about 3.
About 3.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's legendary. And guess what? I know one thing. If I come to your track practice, it's your way or no way. It's your way or no way, bro. Come on, let's speak.
No.
Come on.
See, and that's how people try to portray me to be. I'm not like that. I like when I'm wrong. I like for you to tell me. I like to learn when I'm wrong, and I'm going to admit to you when I'm wrong. I like to see what you think. If you show me that I'm doing something wrong, it's not my way or the highway. You know what? You're right. Let's change it. Let's fix this. You know what I mean? My daughter was going to a school. You know, we make it out the hood, right? What we think, our first thing is put our kids in a private school, you know, show them the best things in life, and we think we're doing right. But guess what? My daughter comes home one day and attacks me and my wife and is like, listen, you're taking me out of my culture. I don't have friends, teachers that look like me, and you just basically taking the whole culture out of me. You know what I mean? You go to their school, they got ride, grab your partner. They're doing those. They're not listening to our music. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, my daughter came home one day after school and attacked us and said, I want to be around my people. And guess what we had to do? I didn't say my way or the highway. The next day, we found a way to get into a new school around her people, and boom, we make the changes. So it's not my way or the highway. You can't become great or the best or get to the top if it's just stuck like, unless you got a lot of wisdom where you learned it to be that way. Right. But you gotta always be learning.
But from my recollection is, I remember Randy Moss going into Bill Belichick's office, and I don't know if you was on the team. You wasn't on the team. You played with Moss?
If I had just left. Yeah, I played with Moss. If I wasn't there, I had just left.
Okay, Moss goes in and he says, Coach, we want to have a Halloween party. And he listened to him, right? So, like, what is your deal with him? Because I see two competitive. Moss. I see, and you Asante Samuel.
Okay, now you got Moss situation. Now I'm going to tell you Asante situation. He goes and asks him for a Halloween party. He gives it to him, right? Yep. Lunchtime. You know lunchtime at work. We're in the locker room playing dominoes. You might be playing cards. You might be doing treatment, whatever you're doing. But it's lunchtime. Guess what I'm doing? I'm playing dominoes. Yeah. What's the other game? The backgammon? With the linemen and the white boys be playing the backgammon. They roll the dice and the white boys playing the backgammon. I'm over here playing dominoes. Guess what? It's a problem when I play the dominoes. He takes the dominoes and creates a new meetings for me and the DBs at lunchtime.
Well, could this have been the year that you dropped those picks? Because remember the first year, though, you dropped a couple picks and your ass had to get...
It's my second year. I dropped like 10 picks. But hey.
So was it the second year, yes or no? The year this happened, was it the second year? Because as a coach, because you do some things, too, to challenge your Olympic athletes. Right? You know how to...
That's a good point.
How to push them, how to put them in different situations that's going to hold them accountable and make them grow, to play good mind games with them. Right. So if this is year 2 and this is the Asante Samuels that he picked, okay, now this is the great Bill Belichick now that you had this problem with. The great Bill Belichick is the one that came, and his team that came to UCF, but we had nothing. Hold on, we had nothing.
Not gonna say great, the good Belichick.
Listen, y'all the ones that put us on the map at UCF. Right. When we came there, nothing, bro. I've been to your apartment, man, where you used to live off campus. How the hell did they know to come down to Central Florida, right off of Alafaya Trail and University, and say, you know what? I'm gonna take him in the 4th round. I'm gonna take Asante Samuel in the 4th round. So he went and did that. No other team did that. Hold on, time out. So now he know the potential. He see it. And you are here playing damn dice. And you drop 10 picks. Of course, that's what a great head coach gonna do. Say, no, hell no, let me challenge him. No, you need to go study film. Right. I guarantee if this was year 5, year 6, the Asante Samuels, they then came back around the next year 10, but you already were beefing. And he's like, yo, you came and you're like, yo, I want to play this. I'm like, no problem. Yo, coach, I want to do this. No problem. Right? But you had to learn, bro. He had to challenge you.
See, first of all, let's understand where the beef resides.
Let's do that. Let's go back. Put back.
Why do you think I have a problem with Belichick or had a problem, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah. Well, knowing you, it's all about the bread. That's it. Knowing you, it's about the
bread. Taking my domino, challenging me. I don't care about none of that. Just don't play with my bread. Right. Ain't nobody playing with your bread. Everything else is cool. Just don't play with my bread. Right. And that's the problem. That's the whole problem. Everybody in the NFL is playing to take care of their family. Right. They can say whatever they want about winning and blah, blah, blah. We're here to build financial stability for the rest of our lives and generations. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I'm going to play hard for you. Just treat us right. Just treat me right. You know
Coach Bill Belichick, what I want you to do, and this is my prayer.
He offered me $30 million.
This is my
6
prayer.
years when Nate Clemens got $80 million.
Nate Clemens, he was hot commodity.
I was hotter.
He was hot commodity.
I'm hotter.
This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see.
Who's hotter
Bill
than 50
Belichick, I want to see you in this chair. Man, y'all got to make plans.
Please.
I would love to see y'all sit down, break bread, bro.
And I'll be nice. You know, I'm a nice guy. He knows that. He knows me. He's just probably looking at it like
Bill Belichick ordered the interception.
But he has
the legendary. You sat and did things with Tom Brady. Sat down and did things with Julian Edelman. Let's do it. Come on, this is ridiculous. I see the Patriots. You got paid. What you? Why you got it up here then? You got Patriot. Like, come on, bro.
Because us and Tom deserve that.
Us and Tom
deserve that.
Bill, I love you. Bill, I love you. I think it was you. You part.
I love you too, Bill, just in a different way. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this question. Could you guys ever, like, really, could you ever see him sitting here, or you in Foxborough, you taking your show up there, sitting down and actually having a real conversation and kind of like shaking hands and moving forward?
Yeah, I know him. I'm not saying we're going to ever agree or anything, but yeah, we definitely could talk, and he'll be straight up with me. And, I think the things he do, like putting you in these pressure positions, is he want to try to break you and see if you're going to break. And you know what I mean? And I think I probably got that the most, and that's what he loved about me the most, that no matter what he did, try to make me fold, because a lot of people fold around there. You know what I mean? I never folded. I fought back and I prospered.
Right.
And that's what I think he loves and respects about me the most.
Last question, and I don't want to run your show, but last question. You have, children, you're a coach, and sometimes you might say things or do things because you've already seen it and done it. Right? And they might not get it right now. Right. So do you think when y'all sit down, there could be a moment where he's like, Zont, this is why I did these things, or this is why I do these things, and you might sit back and be like, you know what? You right.
You know what? No.
You an asshole.
You know why? Because I'm gonna evaluate everything around me, and then what you're saying is not gonna make no sense. You see what I'm saying? So you can't bullshit me. So you gotta be straight up, because I'm gonna evaluate, I'm gonna analyze, because I'm the analyzer. I'm gonna analyze everything, and if it don't make no sense, no. I mean, let's move on. We're gonna talk about Bill. You know what I mean? We love you, Bill, man. Salute, man. But so taking it back the other day, man, me and you was having a great conversation. We always have great conversations when we come in together, and we was talking about people with their entitlement, relationships, people that expect money and stuff like that, and the things that we can do to be a better leader and help those situations. What did we learn from that conversation? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Helping the people in entitlement situations.
Yeah.
I
think the more they hear people like you tell your story, myself and other athletes, the easier it get for the next generation. You got to understand, and Wale said this on our show when we were talking about financial literacy. In our communities, we're backwards. Money's supposed to flow down, but in our families, it flows up, right? We got to take care of mom, dad, grandparents, this and that, and then even linear brothers and sisters. When really the money's supposed to flow down to our kids.
But is it because we come from nothing?
Yes, but we're in a time now, we're in an era now where the information's there.
Right.
You understand?
No excuses.
There's no excuses. The information's there. So like now we need to educate. And it's, if you come to me with a business plan, boom, here's my business plan. And you did the work, you did the research, the analysis of, what you want to invest in, right? Market research, all of that stuff. And you know your shit. Here go 100,000. Here go 200,000.
But I'm in the third year of the NFL.
Yeah.
You done did all this research and stuff and knowledge and stuff like that. But I didn't.
That's right.
So how do I know to trust you? Because there's 1,000 of y'all coming with these ideas. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how do we know who to trust and when to trust?
Yeah, so like the way my approach and everybody's approach is different. And it was probably about year 5 for me. I drew a circle and I said, okay, this is my people, right? My auntie, she been there from day one. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, this friend, that friend, this teammate, boom. There's probably about almost 10 people in that circle that if they ever called me and it was real, I'm there for them.
Right.
Everybody else, if it didn't fit in the plan, no. You know what I'm saying? And I had to get comfortable with saying no. So like my mom said, Mom, halfway through my career, bought Mom a crib in Atlanta. I said, Mom, there's gonna come a time where I'm gonna retire, right? What I need right now is I need you to be self-sustainable, right? So go take courses, go take classes, whatever it is that you want to do. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Me giving you, $3,500 a month, like that's nothing. But what if something happened to me? You know what I'm saying? Then how are you going to be self-sustainable? You're not. So put together a business plan, bring it to me, But I need you to have a thorough business plan. I need you to do your research. I need you to really know this stuff. Don't come to me, I got a great idea. That's what we do in community a lot. I got this great idea. I want to open up.
A billionaire.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna open up a barbershop. I'm gonna open up a boutique. Come on. Right. If you come to me and you know your stuff, because I'm making $10 million, $11 million at the time. 100,000, here you go. That's a blessing. Even if we lose it, that's a great bet for me.
Right.
100,000, 200,000. So I feel like we first have to know who to say yes to, who to say no to. We have to draw that circle, and then we have to challenge our people to learn in the right way of doing things. So it's on us, bro. We're exposed to these things, man. When we sit in these rooms with these billionaires, we're sitting in these rooms with, these owners or, operators of Fortune 500, Fortune 200 companies. And so we're gathering this information. We need to take this information, bring it back to that circle and be like, yo,
right.
Here's some opportunities for us.
Right. Also, it sounds like what you're saying, and we touched on it yesterday too, and it sounds like you have more than you gave yourself credit for, is having the patience with the people and, kind of jumping in that fire and talking to them, and if they're being ignorant, letting them realize they're being ignorant, but not running away from the conversation and sticking in there and maybe giving them some silent time, and stuff like that. So I think that's what you're saying too, man. No.
And I wish I actually embraced more of your philosophy when I was playing. We talk about like mental health, and, I'm passionate about mental health. That's like my purpose on this planet, and is to help bridge the gap in that community. And I truly believe like a lot of my struggles came because I was trying to live everybody's life for them.
Right.
I'm sitting in this big ass house and I'm like, yo, I wish my brother could feel this. I wish my mom could feel this. The reality is like not everybody want that or going to work for that. Mm-hmm. And so like I was challenging my mom, and my brothers and, my cousins like, yo, dude, boom, 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 boom. And you can have this too. And it doesn't work that way. Right. And so what ended up happening is I was having those conversations too much. Mm-hmm. It's like what should have happened is like, yo, here's the blueprint. Mm-hmm. Mom,
what you gonna do with it?
Bring me the business plan, and I got $1 million for you. Mm-hmm. Pops, I got this for you, but to do the work.
Make it
and then
sense.
Leave it at that. It's black and white.
Right.
But you know what I was doing, bro, for 4, 5, 6 years? Mom, where's that business plan? Mom, where's that business plan? Cuz, what's this? Cuz, what's that? Like, why am I driving myself crazy and not enjoying my 17,000 square foot crib?
For them than they want it for themselves.
Facts.
Right. And you know what we gotta realize that sometimes too.
That's right. You know what it is? It's survivor's remorse.
Survivor's remorse.
Right? Like, I'll never forget, bro, like getting drafted to the Denver Broncos. And I'm sitting there and I had my whole plan in place. Like, okay, this is my budget. This is how much I'm going to, allocate to my mom, my brothers, my sisters, et cetera, et cetera. And then there was a situation where, it was a kind of emergency and they needed more. And I was like, damn, what do I do? Because I had this plan and, we hear these stories of athletes going broke post-career. So I'm like, damn, I really got to stick to it. I'm rigid. We got our routine. And I never forget, I said no for about a month. And I'm laying in my bed, bro. And it's like 2 a.m. and my bed was comfortable as shit. and I woke up and I was like, damn, let me go send my mom $20,000 so she can furnish her whole crib. It's not in the game plan. That was my whole check for the month. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, let me go send that. And I felt guilty in that because I'm also, remember back in the day, the red monkey jeans we used to wear? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm walking around with $1,000 jeans, bro. Look, I deserve it. I worked my ass off for this.
Right.
But I'm like, damn.
You feeling guilty?
Feeling guilty, like, damn, like, I can't send that $1,000 I can send to my mom, I can send to my brother, I can send to my sister. She's 16, she just had 2 kids. Jeez. They need me, right? And so like I got caught up in that.
Was it just you getting caught up in that, or was they all teaming up and coming down on you, making you feel like you had to do this for them?
No, it was me.
It was all you.
It was all me, bro. Jeez. It was me sitting there.
You put all that pressure on yourself.
I put all that pressure on me.
Yeah,
there was only one person there was only one person putting real pressure on me. Moms never really asked for anything. Brothers and sisters never really asked for anything.
Dad.
I ain't nothing wrong with you, dog. Why are you trying to get messy? That's me. I get messy.
I'm not asking.
I get messy.
I'm trying to fill in the answer. Who was it? Was it Dad? That was the only person left.
I would say this, like, yeah, man, like, you know, Pops, the first thing I would say is if it wasn't for my dad, and he gonna watch this, and he gonna call you.
Right.
You know my dad.
And we're gonna bring him up then since that.
Right.
But in a different way.
Yeah, and so, because he watched everything, and we have an interesting relationship, and he hate when I talk about it, but this is what it is, man. Like what you say the things that need to be said. That's what this show's about.
Say what needs to be said, man.
If it wasn't
never live a lie. Never let a person live a lie either.
Every family's is complicated and got challenges, man. A lot of trauma and a lot of shit that we need to work through. And our situation is not unique. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us go through this. But and so I want to say this. If it wasn't for my father, I wouldn't be in this position.
100%.
Bro, I remember times, bro, like when I was a jit and I wanted to be a Florida Gator. I'm in elementary school, and we was driving from Pittsburgh and down to Florida. We just moved down to Orlando. And so we're driving home, and he knew this. I'm in 5th grade. 4 o'clock in the morning, he's getting shook. Like, he's like, son, wake up. I'm like, what's up, Pops, what's up? He's like, we here. I'm like, what you mean? Bro, I'm on the campus of Florida. 4 o'clock in the morning, bro.
That's all the inspiration some kids need.
4 o'clock in the morning, bro. I'm walking around campus, dog. You know what that did for me, son?
It's doing something for me now.
Dog, like, I'm like, damn, I was like, I was a Gator in that moment.
Right.
You understand? Like, there's so many times, bro, like, when I was in 1st grade, 2nd grade, I'm running tires. He pushing me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got it in me. Like, man, my dad was best friends.
Right.
Everything.
Yeah.
But then I started growing into a man, and there were certain things that I didn't respect and I didn't like. And I started holding him accountable or speaking up and not just letting shit slide. And then, you know, this gap began to form in our relationship. Mm-hmm. And my father, you know, he come from the street, so the way he deal with things and how he talk
is different.
It's different.
Has he never been to college?
He went for 1 year, so yeah.
So never really, yeah.
So like I would say is
mentality. He deal with street people, so he has a street mentality. That's aggressive.
Right. And one of his things he used to always say to me growing up was like, yo, son, look around, look how many young men don't have a pops in their life.
Yeah. And
my thing was like, you know, I get it, but it's how you in my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of good.
Things just don't stay the same too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's probably some of it too. You know what I mean? But I remember meeting Pops. Mm-hmm. I remember
Pops love you.
Right. Yeah. I remember specifically. It was your freshman year, first time meeting Brandon. Y'all was in an old classic car.
Yeah.
Right.
My 70 Chevy Impala.
It was your 77 Impala, right?
Yep.
So that right there, that showed so many things that I wanted. And a lot of other kids, like he was saying, but like you're saying, just because you have me in these positions or you showing me the right ways, I didn't ask to be here, doesn't mean you can just treat me in any kind of way or come down on me in any kind of way. So at the end of the day, we both have to be respectful, we both have to be patient, and we both have to talk to come to a common ground.
That's
you know what I mean? So I think it's a conversation away, you know what I mean? It's just a conversation away and a little understanding. Like I said, you know, Pops, he's right. You ready to talk again? You know what I mean? Yeah. And Pops, you hear me? I'm taking up for you, you know what I mean? I seen you, so, man, y'all gonna get through that. We ain't gonna spend too much time on that. We gonna come back around where y'all got it right, you know what I mean?
You have a bonus show.
but do you still got the 75 Impala?
I let it go, bro.
Let it go.
You know, because like me tell you,
y'all was into old cars, right?
That's right, and that was our thing. That was my thing. You know, like by now, bro, if I actually went through the right process with garages, I would probably have the 20 old school cars, bro. Mm-hmm. I love
it'd be worth so much money.
Right, I love that 68 to 72. Like I ain't like y'all down south 7 Trade.
You want a real classic.
Yeah, I like that. And so anyways, bro, like I'm in Denver. I took it to this shop where Carmelo Anthony and all the and Allen Iverson used to have a car. Some of the ball players out there. I get traded to the Miami Dolphins, and I'm in 2 or 3 shops, bro. And they just, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't take it to the right shop, you get taken advantage of. Exactly. So I took it to one shop, man. I put down like $20,000 deposit. I was taking it all the way down to the metal, no bondo, build it back up with metal, inside, outside, everything, bro. Like I'm putting everything. I just signed a $50 million extension. This is my baby, that same Chevy Impala, bro, that we used to work on outside our house and then outside of the dormitory, right? Like now I finally get to do it, right? And anyways, after practice one day, I shoot over to the garage, and then I'm like, okay, so it's done. I come over, I just got the frame sitting there. I'm like, well, where's the body? He's like, oh, you didn't pay for it. I was like, what you mean we didn't pay for it? I paid for everything to be like, that deposit was supposed to get like stripped down, built back up. Right. And then we was gonna work on the engine, then we was gonna work on the interior and all of that, right? And right there, bro, when he said that, because it was like my 4th, 5th garage, I left that shit right there. Left right there. So now I got like, I'm into old Oldsmobiles, 72 Olds. I love it. You know, so I'm gonna build back up here. You know, once the business gets stable, you know, I've invested like pretty much all of my daily football money into House of Athlete, I Am Athlete. And I feel like in like 3 years, I'll get my garage. I'll have my old school cars. And I've never been an exotic car guy. But I do think I'm a. Can I curse on this show? Go ahead. You sure? Yeah. I'm gonna fuck around, bro. You gonna fuck around? Yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 28. I'm kind of like you, bro. Like, you know, I want a nice house. Gotta have a nice house. Gotta have a nice house and give me some nice watches. But I ain't gonna go trick off on a lot of jewelry and all. I need things that's gonna appreciate. But like, I think, yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get a Bugatti. A Bugatti. Yeah, right now I need like 2, 3, 4 million. Yeah. You know, that million that was sitting around for about the last 10 years, Floyd drive, that don't exist no more. Bugattis is going for at least 2.5. About time I'm gonna be ready, it's gonna be about 3, 4. Speak it into existence, brother. Speak it to existence. You can drive it. I'm be scared to drive it. No, but you know why? This is what my ex-teammates told me. He said, yeah, like, you know, my family, they can't drive because they can't afford to fix it. Right. So no. I know you can afford to fix it. Oil change cost me like you got it. $50,000 for oil change. What? You got it. So speaking of, like you say, you put a lot of money, a lot of time. I'm sure every day you wake up, you think of House of Athlete. I see you when I go up there, like you working, you getting everything going. What made you come up with these ideas to do the House of Athlete and I Am Athlete? You know what I mean? How did you and what inspired you? Yeah. So on the House of Athlete side, it's simple. Like, that's my life's work. That's my purpose. That's mental health. Okay. I feel like, you know, the routine that we're accustomed to and that we're used to as professional athletes, if more people adopt that lifestyle, they'll be more of themselves, the better version of themselves, right? Mm-hmm. The fundamentals we lean into every day. We all wake up and we train as professional athletes. How we feel, what we put in our bodies. We know if we put the wrong shit in our body, it's going to affect us on the field, right? If you put the wrong shit in your body, it might affect you in the boardroom. It might affect you as a nurse, as an at-home dad, at-home mother. Ocho Cinco, you believe this? Yeah, don't. Yeah, you believe this, Ocho Cinco? This is the argument with me and Ocho. So Ocho, his thing is, well, and I'm like, well, Ocho, could you have played 20 years, and I don't even want to bring this up because every time we talk about this, like me and Ocho, smooth. But when we talk about Ocho versus science and like we really get into like the peel back the layers, those arguments y'all seen on our podcast, those is real, right? Because like, but I realize so I don't even want to go there because like I need him here to have this conversation. He put his leg on the table. I'm like, dog, put your leg down, bro. But no, you know, Ocho don't believe in that. We can have that conversation for days. But like how we eat, you know, the mental fitness side of things, like, bro, like how do you perform at a high level? How you go out there and have 3, 4 picks and you got all that shit you dealing with at the crib? How are you able to walk away from it? Sometimes, bro, people can't operate in stress. They can't operate in pressure. Mm-hmm. We do this every single day because if you walk in, man, that jersey can be ripped down and somebody else is going to be put right in that locker 30 minutes later, right? So House of Athlete, for me, bro, is my life's work. And it's really more mental than it is physical. If I can get people in the door, they want to jump higher, they want to run faster. That's the athletes. Or if it's just adult fitness members, if they want to lose weight, they want to get in shape. Like they gonna come in, and then I say, yo, like, what are you doing here mentally? We got mental health practitioners on site. That's only realize that's sweet. That's also you can work out, but you want to just get them in there to test their mental, to see where they at, to see if they need some mental health. And that's powerful because a lot of people need it and don't realize. That's right. But it's not only that. yes, we have mental health practitioners on site, and we had those conversations. Like Wednesdays, there's no training at our facility. It's recovery rituals, like in the wet room, the steam room sauna. So you're able to do that. The vibe, the lights, the music is like very zen. You got yoga, where you do that, and then we have meditation at the end. We have mental health practitioners there that's doing it's called it's really like group therapy. But it's like small groups, like us sitting here, like brothers, how we do on the show. Like this is therapeutic for us. For sure. Like we picking up right where we left off back at UCF or when you came on my show. Right.
It's like the locker room.
So it's the locker room. So it's therapeutic. So recreating that for them. But the reality is, I truly believe if you work out, if you start putting the right things in your body, if you know what I mean, you recover, meaning sleep, or you take care of your knee, your lower back that's aching, you're going to feel better mentally. It's the fundamentals. What makes Asante Samuels is not just, oh my goodness, I can pick the ball off with one hand, but it's the routine. You get up every single day. It's the fundamentals.
It's how I train myself to be disciplined, hold myself accountable. Be able to accept criticism, be able to accept that I'm wrong.
That's right.
I train myself like that every day.
Fundamentals. And then
other people, you might can't talk to them, tell them the truth, and they can't accept that. So they're training themselves to be that way every day. They're training bad habits and negative energy.
We've mastered the fundamentals as pro athletes. And so that's the life's work. And then on the I Am Athlete side, bro, like I got into that really in the pandemic to sell the show. And I've said this story a few times. And that was the only goal. So pulling up on Fred Taylor, pulling up on Channing Crowder, and it's like, yo, I got this idea, and like, yeah, we'll rock with you. And then after that first season, it was like we broke through, and I was like, I'm sitting in a meeting with like Showtime, Steven Espinoza. He'll tell you this. He's like, yo, Brandon, I love you. You've been on our platform, our network for 7 years, but I don't know about the other guys. And at that moment, right, like Fred didn't break through the way he broke through. And Channing was Channing. Channing's always Channing. That was the first. I was like, damn, if I got Channing Crowder, we can make any show. You know what I mean? Because he's going to say the craziest thing. And then we, went across the street because everybody lived in the same neighborhood damn near. And then you just moved out, bro. That was like the Star Island of Broward, for real. You had the biggest house in the neighborhood. It's crazy. It was crazy, dog. That pool was wild.
This dude he just moved in. All you see is like a big avatar coming through the backyard. 2 big avatars, him and and I just hear the pool just go. The pool was like 80 yards long. Boom! We like, who the heck? See these big old man human beings.
Right. That's crazy. I was like, bro, that's our house too, bro. That's Zunt, nigga. We ain't knocking on no door. That's Zunt, bro. That's big bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Fun time. But on that side, bro, like you learn, right? Like, and just off of my word, it was, these boys then dedicated, 6 months just showing up twice a month. And I said, I'm gonna sell a show. So I couldn't go back and say, yeah, to this network, yeah, take him off, put Reggie Bush on. Like, and that me and Reggie never had this conversation, but there's a few networks saying, well, what about Reggie? Or what about this person? I'm like, no, like, we've been doing this. Right. I had networks come back to me that season 2 was like, oh my goodness, we learned something from you guys. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't need all the biggest names to be able to have a dope show. It's more so about the chemistry and continuity. Right. You feel me? So like, we learned a lot, and that's when I did
sell the show, and then you never sold it, and now you just
because we was in a pandemic, right? I just invested $50,000 in equipment, cameras, lights, audio. I had social producers on that was telling the story of House of Athlete. I'm a purposeful dude. That's it. I don't do nothing that's outside of my purpose. Right. You can come to me with a sweet deal, bro, because you damn near a builder. You know how to build cribs for damn half the price, for real. Right. If you come to me right now and I know you know your stuff, and you like, yo, bro, if you put in 100,000, I'm gonna turn it into 500,000 in 2 years. You can't get that in the market. I'm gonna look at you and say, respectfully, big bro, this don't align with my purpose and my vision. No, right? And so everything I was doing was pushing back the House of Athlete. And so I had all of this, I had a team, I had equipment, and I had this facility that was shut down in the pandemic. Mm. And my thing was everybody was furloughing everybody. I had 50 employees. And I felt, again, going back to what we talked about earlier, I'm like, everybody was laying off everybody. We was fighting for toilet paper during that time. And I'm sitting in that same house, 12,000 square feet under air, 70,000 total, almost 2.25 acres. And I'm sitting there good. You know, our neighborhood good. Like I ain't got to worry about nobody. We got, you know, we got resources, so we're able to get everything we need. And I had people every day I'm walking into, at the time it was called Fit Speed. I'm like, yo, believe in me, rock with me, come on. Like people who making $12 an hour, people who making $15 an hour, people making $60,000. And so when shit really hit the fan, the first thing I'm gonna do is say, oh yeah, I gotta let you go. That didn't sit well with me sitting in this $17,000, 17 square foot crib. Like, nah, my family's good. We gonna be good. I got $10 million in the bank. You feel me? So what I did is I tried to find a way to keep everybody on, which we did. You know, so boom, that's how the I Am Athlete thing. I was like, yo, maybe I can sell the show and I can recoup some of this, you know, cost through that. I thought it was gonna happen fast because you turn on ESPN. Stephen A. Smith at the time, they was reporting and covering sports with headphones in their ears. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, this is gonna be nothing. Like I got the facility is the studio. You got Fred, you got Reggie, you got Channy, I was thinking about you too. Said, should Ocho live within 3 miles? Asante Samuel's living within 3 miles. You got Amari Stoudemire over here. Like, bro, the who's who is in Southwest Ranches Plantation. Right. I was like, bro, like we can do whatever we want in this area. And then we just kind of kept going and we broke through. And I was like, oh man, like this is a real thing. This is a platform. And so then I had to find ways to put them together. And I think that's where everything, like for me, like when we sat down, it was like, are we aligned on the business side of things? Like, could I handle things totally, some things differently? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It was more so like my energy, my passion.
Because, you know, we all here heard a lot through the grapevine.
That's right.
What you was going through and what company and everybody was going through. And I always try to take up for you and say, listen, you have to understand, Brandon came into this big business just out of nowhere. He's this big CEO of this big corporation, a lot of going on. But he has to learn, you know, what to do and how to handle situations. It's not just like he's been here, he practicing, he's been doing this, you know what I mean? It's a learning process, you know what I mean? When you taking over such a, you know, a big title, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I think for me, it's more so like, you know, the emotions of it, you know, because like at the end of the day, like there's certain principles that will never change, whether it's from the neighborhood or hell, a Fortune 100 company, you know what I mean? And it's, if I'm investing all the money, you know, and I would say like, these are some of the things that you're right. When it's like, you have certain conversations, what can you learn? It's like, how do I take input? You know, or is somebody gonna walk in my office and tell me, well, I don't like that, you can't do that. Well, this is my vision, my company. Right. You understand? Like, what did me and you agree on? Right. Like, that's the only thing that matters. But like, what I'm doing over here doesn't matter. You know, so like there was a lot of people around and during that time in the circle was like, well, we don't get the House of Athlete thing. Well, I spent a whole offseason at Harvard building out this case study in 2014. So what I'm doing today is what I spent the whole offseason building out with Professor Nita L. Bursey and her BIMS class, right? So like I'm on my purpose. You understand? Now this I Am Athlete thing kind of breaks. So now I'm trying to figure out how it works inside of that. So there's definitely like, you know, I'm very bullish. I'm very, I believe in what I believe in, and it's black and white for me. You know, a good deal is a fair deal, and that's what it is. So like if I'm spending all my time every single day from 5 a.m. to midnight, sometimes sleeping in the facility, you got my wife mad at me, I'm not seeing my kids. And then you got, you know, other people working the business that's showing up 2 or 3 times a month for 3 hours. And it's like, well, I need this, I need to do that, I need to do that. It's like, I don't really see it that way. Right. You understand?
At the end of the day, like you say, if your business, your company, you make the rules, and like you say, we agree on. So I don't understand how, you know, all that is so mixed up, you know what I mean? But
and they're you know, like those guys they're doing like, look, do I feel some type of way? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like we brothers and we all kind of run into kind of the same circles down here. So I definitely
always think, like we had the conversation the other day, it's just one conversation away of communicating and have an understanding. Like you say, whether we agree, we don't.
We had 20 conversations for 7 months.
For 7 months.
7 months. And we're talking, Yeah, it's just like simple stuff.
Was
like
it all alpha males, or was everybody trying to say okay and this and that and blah blah this and blah blah that?
Listen, like everybody just do things differently. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know, have I made mistakes? Absolutely. Have my emotions got the best at me at time? Have my emotions got the best of me at times? Absolutely. You know, but one thing for sure is like, you know, if I hire entertainment attorney, and I'm studying like what is E Network doing, how is ESPN doing, like let me see the contract that I signed at ESPN or Showtime, you know, and then how are we going to do this in this new media space? Like I'm really studying this stuff, like doing it the right way.
Right.
So for 7-8 months, it's like, okay, here you go. Send your comments over, redline it. Okay, I'm gonna send mine back. Like this is how we do in football, right? So like, no, we had those conversations, and I just think that at the end of the day, the opportunity was bigger. Like, you know, there's some people that's like, well, if you paying me this, then how much are you getting paid? You understand? And
there's a bigger picture sometimes.
But in the bigger picture could be like, damn, I could go do my thing over here, and there's more upside over there for me.
Could be.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
life is in America. You have what they say, a number of opportunity in America.
Yeah, right.
All right, let me switch it a little bit now. All right, you ready for this one?
Let's go.
In 2008, I seen you talked about it. I didn't know how in depth you talked about it. We're talking about McDonald's. 2008, in the off season, you said the season was over. You slipped on a McDonald's bag. You said you slipped on a McDonald's bag. You slipped on a McDonald's bag, and your arm went through the TV and cut your arm, and you ended up in the cast. Right there. Let me see. I never saw that.
Right there.
Oh, that thing was serious, huh?
You got that? You got that right there?
You got that serious.
See that little bump?
He said he slipped on a McDonald's bag, and his arm went through the TV. I don't think we had flat screens back then or whatever.
It was those tube TVs. Remember the tube, like that glass, that horror glass? It was one of them. You remember the hotel, was it Westgate out in, not Universal, that Disney area? Those
yeah. Uh-huh.
I was there in the off season.
And we're on the art of interception where we need to be said. Go on, tell the truth what happened, man. Tell the truth what happened, man. Because that ain't what happened. Tell them what happened.
So, right.
I think the 7 years is up. You can't get prosecuted. We're good. Go ahead.
So, Roxy nightclub. Remember Roxy?
I remember Roxy.
Hey. So it's my 24th birthday. We went in. Me, Mike Sims Walker, Sky, Darcy J was there. Chris Johnson, I think Chris may have been there. Yeah, Chris Johnson was there. Like everybody was there, bro. Like, you know, we did. Y'all gone. You passed Roxy now.
Oh,
you 4 years removed. You partying at Atlanta.
Fighting with Belichick.
You fighting with Belichick. You partying in Vegas. You probably on PJs, right?
Yeah.
We still at Roxy. You know Roxy.
Hey, can't go wrong with Roxy.
Bro, I went in there. I bought 40-something bottles. Everybody in VIP had a bottle or two in their hands, right? It was my 24th. And so we had a great time in the nightclub. There was no problems. You know, and we all lit. So afterwards, we time to transition to the hotel, go home. We all find our way right out there by Universal Studios, like Westgate's. It's like a timeshare. It's kind of legendary back in the day. Everybody would go out there. It's like a little condo party, whatever. So we get there pretty much. There were some things that happened in between where we were looking for my younger sisters. They shouldn't even been in the club. They like 18, 19 at the time. So everybody drunk, they drinking, like what are we doing? Like irresponsible, right? So we trying to search for them, can't find them. We end up finding them. Oh, this part, I never shared this part of the story.
A lot of parts, go ahead though.
Do I want to share this or do I want
yes, we want to share it. Because this is all the interception and we say what needs to be said.
Okay.
Because people want to learn.
Damn, I got to leave some stuff for the book. So I'll share this part. So like, anyways, we looking for my younger sisters, and then we end up at like a Waffle House, IHOP actually. It's me, my dad, and my brother. My dad, he kind of saying like he ain't drunk, but me and my brother, we are. And so we pull up, and it's like, yeah, like the girls, they say they in there, and with this some guy, some dude. So I pull up, and I'm like happy go lucky. I'm like, yo, I'm looking for my sisters. They say that they with you. Just walked up to some random dude. Like, bro, I don't know who you talking, like, what you talking about? It's like, bro, like, my sisters. They said they with you. Like, bro, like, if you don't get out of my face, I'm like, dog, like, nigga, boom. What I say? I'm like, so you gonna shoot me? Come on, bro. Like, now I'm like, man, come on, bro. You know who I am, bro. That we gonna do that?
Right.
He's like, bro, get out my face, bro. So, boom, that happened. Then me and my brothers, we start arguing. Right? Police get called, police come, throw everybody on the ground, you know, all of that. We sitting there, we still arguing. The police like, shut up. We still arguing on the ground. We end up getting through that situation. We get back to the hotel now, we still arguing, me and my older brother. So we going back and forth. And then he said something. I went to throw a punch, missed him. It went through the television, bam. All this was cut. So ligaments, tendons, the big vein, like blood. Like my mom says when she walked in, she thought I was dead. There was blood everywhere, like puddles of blood, like thick on the ceiling, like, cause it hit that vein and yep, everything right there. So blood everywhere, puddles of blood. And so luckily there was a hospital literally right on that block. So Chico, yeah, I'm saying names. I'm snitching. They say T.I. Boot. No, I was playing. Y'all chill out, man. So Chico, my brother, he take me to the hospital. Boom. And so when they laying me down, he like, yo, the story is you slipped on a McDonald's bag. He said, why? Because when the police walked in, they like, well, what happened? You know what I mean? Like he fell through the TV. Well, how did he fall? The only thing that was on the ground was a McDonald's bag. So I had to roll with the lie. So I said that to the police. So now that's in the police report. So now I get back to Denver. I got this big ass sling on my arm for about 2 months. And the media asking me, yo, what happened? I slipped on the McDonald's bag because it's in the police report. You feel me?
So who comes to you out of the facility? Somebody comes to you and say, listen, Brandon, talk to me. I know you didn't slip on the McDonald's bag. Or everybody just ran with the story.
Damn, I don't even, man, you know what? I think everybody in the organization knew at the time, like from Coach Shanahan to Jay Cutler to Greek, the trainer, everybody knew like, it's B. Marshall, there's more to the story, right? Like, you know, that was.
Be all right, don't worry about it.
No, they was definitely concerned. That was the moment, bro, where they was like, okay, now it's time to get your shit together. Jay Cutler came out, and I ain't understand why, like as a brother, like me and him went to so much together. Publicly, he said like, I don't know how much longer we can keep up with this bullshit, basically. You know, it's gonna come a time where we might have to move on, but Brandon got to get his shit together.
And he said that.
He said that publicly.
Publicly.
And I'm like, damn, like, bro, you don't do that.
Yeah, that's awful.
It's tough, but you know what? In retrospect, I kind of appreciate it because if he'd have came to me quietly and he was like, yo, B, boom, 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 I'd have been like, yeah, I know, whatever. But when he did that publicly, I was like, whoa, like, why would he do that? Is it that bad? And so that's when that, like, things inside of me started, like, really boiling up where it's like, yo, let me start looking myself in the mirror.
Right.
You understand? Right. And then 2 years later, I'm with the Miami Dolphins, and that's when I really had that breakthrough. The first year was horrible, and then that second year is when I went to McLean Hospital in that outpatient program, and I was in dialectical behavior therapy, self-assessment, cognitive behavior therapy, mentalization therapy, one-on-one. I did a neurological evaluation, a self-assessment, just to see what the hell was going on and how to deal with it all, right? And that's how I found House of Athlete, my purpose. But it was then that I was like, boom, I kind of broke through. Well, I did break through in a major way. You know what I'm saying?
Going back at the Dolphins, you had that little breakthrough, you said.
Well, not breakthrough on the field. It was off the field. My quarterback. I had 17 quarterbacks. Bro. There, I had Chad Henning, who just retired. Mr. Robot, they used to call him, but Chad, congratulations on a phenomenal career. I had Tyler Thigpen. We had Chad Pennington came in for 2 games. I had Matt Moore.
I love Chad Pennington balls. Boy, they were so
soft. Leave my dog alone.
Hey, but you still put together a Hall of Fame career with 17 quarterbacks. Hey,
right.
That should let you know right there in the Hall of Fame for itself. Like, if you got to go through 17 quarterbacks
yep.
and still
put up numbers.
That mean, what's your total yards you got?
12,950. 80-something touchdowns.
Is that Hall of Fame caliber?
I let the people decide. I let the people decide. They up there for the greats,
yeah. Who else got? Jerry Rice got 18,000 yards?
Yeah, he's different. He's on 20 years. Yeah, him, Fitz. Yeah, I would say the numbers is up there with the greats. Like, top 15, top 20, top 10 in some cases. All pros? 2. 2, okay. 2 all pros, 6 Pro Bowls.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's good. I feel like if I went on a legendary run in the postseason, it would be undeniable. Yeah. Like, the reality is I don't lose sleep over it. I know you're vocal about it because you don't like the process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
My whole thing is, let's just understand, what does it take?
That's right. What's the criteria?
Pick somebody because y'all agree, y'all like them, y'all hype them up. You know what I mean? Whatever city he played in. No, man. Cause I didn't care if the media didn't like me. I didn't understand get on the media side. So, the media's not going to vouch for me.
Right.
My numbers is going to vouch for us.
But I feel like in this new age and this new era and new media, we are vouching for ourselves. Like, I've been thinking about this too, like because I'm never the type of dude that want to talk about myself and some football stuff. But yes, the numbers do add up. But I feel like, if it happened, it could be 10 years from now, 15 years from now. I don't know. Maybe I'm surprised and something happened, but my numbers are crazy. Get back to like this new era, new media thing. You should be taking out billboards. It's nothing for you to go Times Square and go to upfront media and say, I want to take out for a month. I want to take out 20 billboards across the country and say, I'm him. Here's my numbers. Right? Because like if we not standing up for ourselves, and we talked about this offline, we not standing up for ourselves and we not telling our own stories, then who are? This show right here, over time, over the next year, there's probably going to be 1 million people that see this. And they might see it on YouTube and say, well, this is 100,000 views or this is 150,000 views. But you got to look at how many times it was shared on Instagram, on TikTok, right? How many people, may not even be subscribers watching it.
I am athlete, everybody... Even Pac-Man, and maybe not Shady, obviously, but Pac-Man, they had this whole perception of how they thought and this and that. But when I went up there and I put the facts on the line, it's like the whole world started changing their perspective of how they looked at sports and the facts and stuff like that. So like you're saying, like...
And it's in a respectful way. Like it's just like, because it's our game at the end of the day, right? So like, why aren't we having the conversation and why aren't we contributing to like, what the process should look like, what it should be like. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at your numbers, they're undeniable.
Undeniable. So
if I'm you, bro.
Because I didn't get the pub everybody else got, you know what I mean?
Well, if I'm you, this is what I would say. I'm a brand guy. I love brand, I love marketing. I love this stuff, right? Studied a lot. If I'm you, and I know you still got big bags, you the type of dude, bro. I know you got your savings. I know you got your portfolio working for you in the market, and the market is down over the last 12 months, but I know you still got that. But you the type of dude, I know you got some bags buried somewhere.
Just build the house.
Yeah, right. I know you got some cash, but I would take one of those bags and I'll say, I'm gonna invest $50,000 on my own campaign. I'll get billboards. I'll go on podcasts and tell the people why you should be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And you'll be the first to do that. You'll be the first to do that, and it'll work.
What is that going to accomplish?
You're going to get in there's 2 things it's going to accomplish. One, you get put in your rightful position in the Hall of Fame. And 2, you're going to change the conversation, right? So you're educating people on like how we should look at this.
I got you. Because like you said, about the financial thing, we have to teach them about the financial thing because they don't understand. We just made 60 million, it's really 30 million. Same thing. They go to the sports center and the media to wait to hear what they say so they can gather their own thoughts. But if I act like I'm the media and come out with the big boys, I change their mind and the way they think. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I'm giving you the idea because like it's tough for me to do it, but don't be surprised about like 5 years. 5 years from now, I'm like, dang, I do. Yeah. Don't let me get in before you.
Right. So I want to ask a personal question, right? We ain't gonna say no names, you know what I mean? I just want to see,
Uh-oh, you getting messy, bro. I'm the one that's
messy, not
messy
like that. Like I said, ain't no names. But you probably gonna know who they is. I was gonna say 2 of your closest friends from college, right? Mm-hmm. I realize y'all not so close no more.
Right.
Just give us a little details of what may have happened and what causes the strains in the relationship. Yeah. What you think, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, we close again now. Darcy Johnson, Mike Sims Walker?
Yeah.
Oh, we tight now. Me and Mike just got back from Vegas.
Thank you. Praise the Lord.
That's right.
Because I hate to see that, man. We grow up together.
That's right. It's my brother. Yes.
Struggle, and then boom, like we made it.
So
what else to
that's
do?
right.
You know what I mean?
And it's what you said, conversation. But we was fighting for it back then when we first got in the league. When I was playing for the Dolphins, everything I was going through, Mike came to me. He said, "Bro, you changed. You different. Something's off." He was staying in that crib with me. He's like, we haven't left this crib. And I've been out here 3 weeks. We haven't left the crib once. And I'm looking around, bro, and I'm like, dog, I got a theater. We playing 2K. I got a pool. I got a hoop court. I got my gym here. You know, we go to the field next door. Why I need to leave? You know, Mike was like, bro, like there's more life than this. And we didn't get it. And I never forget, I didn't get it, right? But also I feel like he didn't get it too. Like I was married, newly married.
And he wasn't married.
He wasn't married, right? So that it's like, how do you balance it all? And so I'll never forget, we had this big blow up on the field. I'm talking about, bro, the whole workout. We going through the letter, just like going at it, like really? What? The only thing we ain't do is just hit each other. That's the only thing.
You're saying you changed,
bro. Like we're going through the whole workout. Phenomenal workout.
Right.
Phenomenal workout. Like we used to do back in the freshman year, pushing each other. You know who going to throw up, who bent, don't bet, don't put your hands on your knees. Right. Don't do that, bro. Like legendary competition. And after that, he went back. He got on the road, went back to Orlando. And Snoop put Snoop in there too, Andre Sumner.
Okay.
So you put him in that category too. So I ended up driving up, and I never forget, we sitting on his porch in his backyard, and it was like not only me, it was me, Dre, and Sky. So Mike Sims Walker all having this conversation, but it was like everybody that was around us those 4 or 5 years when we was on campus that was there too, and we all talking through it. And I'm like, bro, you don't understand, bro. I'm married. I got this. I got that.
Right.
Still not recognizing like how I'm contributed to it. And he just kept being Mike, like, man. And so over the years, we stayed in contact, but it wasn't that bond. And it wasn't until probably like a couple years ago, we really start connecting. Like, yo, we got like, what's up? But really, bro.
Who reached out to who first?
It was throughout the years. It's like both, right? Like we put group texts together, like check on each other.
So it wasn't just like.
But it wasn't. We wasn't hanging out.
Talking. You know.
No, I was never like that.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't that. You know how we was, like you and EP.
Right.
That was gone for a minute.
But it's back now. It's back.
Well, so Mike, what happened is like he going through things. I'm going through things in life.
Everybody's going through.
Right, and so we connected. Probably about like 7 months ago, and we just went to brunch, and we spent the whole day together, and we peeled back layers, and it wasn't all our relationship. It was like, yo, where you at as a father? Where are you at as a husband? Vice versa. And bro, like me and him like that, we just got back from Vegas, and it wasn't even on. What
up, Mike?
It wasn't even on no like let's hang out. It was like, yo, bro, let's go look at this tech platform, this software for I Am Athlete. How we gonna work together?
Yeah.
Right, like,
so
and
all
then
stuff y'all say about my brother communicating and working with people, you see, fixing men in relationships, man.
Right. Yeah, look, there you go. And then Darcy J was more so just like we godfathers to each other's kids. That's my brother on a different level, like on a spiritual level. And what I'm doing now, like me and him was doing back in the day, trying to figure it out. And we just couldn't align on the business side. So it was really like on the business where it's like, yo, I feel like we need to do this. And he felt like he'll do that. So we kind of went our separate ways. Like, all right, you do your thing. So he kept one facility. I kept a facility. And a couple years ago, we reconnected. And now it's just like, yo, we going to play golf. When are we going to go play golf?
Halfway there, man.
When we going to get the kids back together? All of that. So like, there was a couple years, like 3-4 years. It's been like 4 or 5 years where it's just like, you there, but you not there. And now it's like, you my brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like all that other stuff that you talking about, like, I'll be honest with you, bro. I give a damn about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people is in your life for seasons. You know, but when you talk about Mike Sims Walker, you talk about Darcy J, they're my brothers. They're my brothers. That's different.
Too, but it's different for you.
That's different, bro. Like, no, so we good there. And even Snoop, like Dre, like we good.
I didn't know about Snoop, but I'm glad to hear all that, man.
Well, it was all the same, because like you gotta think about it. Like me and Mike, and these are the conversations that when you said you gotta have a conversation. All three of us was like how me and Mike was competing. That was when we was in the league. Snoop didn't make it to the league.
Right.
Me and Snoop was like this before me and Mike.
Right.
So we all coming up together.
Did you take his girlfriend or he took your girlfriend?
We ain't know. With us, bro, we ain't never mess with nobody's girlfriend. We don't do that. Nobody did that. No, we don't mess with nobody's girls. He blew out his knee.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, and it wasn't that conversation that we had on that balcony that night. For the first time, he opened up. He was like, damn, when I blew out my knee, because it was like, yo, we gonna go to Roxy. We're gonna go to the Vaney's. And it was all three of us. He going through what he going through. And then it was like, yo, me and Mike about to go over here. This is how he explained it. And we left him behind, right? So we talking about damn near 6-7 years later, we sitting on this balcony and Snoop like, no, y'all left me. You know what I mean? Y'all made it and I didn't make it, right? And so we start peeling back those layers. Right. It was deep, you know what I mean?
That's what it needed.
And then me and Snoop's relationship is deeper on a different level. Andre Sumner. We flew over on a PJ to London. Anthony Joshua and Klitschko fight.
How much was that to have for the flight? 150?
No, it was something light.
No, it ain't light. Tell them what light is. Tell the people what light is.
Well, I had a deal. It was 50. But I was playing for the Jets at the time. One of those all-pro years, making 11 million.
50's worth. How long did the flight take?
6 hours.
Okay, 50's worth.
So it's 50,000. We fly over on a Challenger, beautiful plane. We fly over. It was just he and I, and we walking kind of by the palace. I would never disclose what we talked about, but it was like we talk about like some real conversation on a deeper level.
There you go.
Because when we walked on campus, that was the outside of Matt Prater, who made it to the league, or kicker. Mm-hmm. He was the first person I met. Snoop was my brother, he's my roommate. And I don't even understand how this worked when it comes to roommates and like how they pick and choose, because we both play wide receivers, but bro, we connected like real brothers. Like I'm about to go to the calf. Come on right now. Boom. Yo, I'm about to go walk over here, other side of campus, right there. Yo, we about to cook dinner. We in there together. Like, and then we in there and we in the weight room. We on the field. You ain't better than me. Nah, this is me. But we really competing. Right. Even we playing video games. Right. We used to have a candle right in the middle of our dormitory. Have forks. Man, I'll whoop you in Madden. Take a fork. Put a fork in him, he done. Like, bro, like you talk about competing at the highest level. Bro, you can't run no comeback better than me. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. Now I'm my bad. I'm reminiscing. Like, these like the greatest moments.
I was like, we did the same thing. We called it the field of dreams, right? Behind the CVS, we call it I-10.
Yeah.
Not the CVI apartments, but the little houses they had. It used to be a field. Yep. But me and Trav, me and Fish go through the same thing. Skinny car. You ain't better than me. 1 o'clock in the morning, we go right back there to the field. You can't talk about nothing in the field, right?
Yeah, right.
Say nothing to me. I don't care what time it is, what you on, we gonna go right out here and get it. You
right.
know what I mean? So,
you know what Mike Sims Walker used to say? I used to hate when he do this, bro. Mike, you was cocky, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You was cocky. And he was the best, and we knew that. He was the best wide receiver. He was one of the biggest coming in. And when he was there.
And then he got hurt.
And he was there. That's when I broke through when Mike went down.
When he went down, right, yeah.
Right?
He was.
But you'll whoop him in Madden.
And did he run a 4.3 before he hurt himself?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro, he would say this to us. We playing Madden. You can't beat me in real life.
I started a whole nother.
Bruh, you done went personal. Oh, me and Mike fought in school. Oh, we did fight once.
Yeah.
We at the rec hooping. Me and Mike was at the rec hooping. And we playing one-on-one, same conversation. You ain't better than me, let's go up to the rec. He got everybody from the west side there. I'm by myself. He got Ball and all these other dudes from Orange County. Me and him going at it, It's getting physical, boom. Hard foul, I don't know if it was him or me. Bro, you tripping. Well, bro, let's back. They broke it up quick.
How long y'all think I'm about?
Man, probably 45 seconds. They broke it up. That was my brother. It's like, you know what I'm saying? We really went at it, but it was like, man, what we doing? They pulled us apart. 45 seconds.
Well, speaking of fights, right? We're going to enter in the art of the interception, stir it up a little bit, you know what I mean? So speaking of fights, Terrell Owens calls you out about a boxing match. I don't know. You into boxing, right?
You bring it up. Go ahead.
You into boxing,
I am. Oh, Lord.
I love boxing too. So when T.O. called you out, he said he wouldn't fight you in the boxing match. Did you buck the call out? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You bucked the call out?
Well, yes.
You bucked it, okay.
Yeah, let me I'm like, why you do that? Let me tell you why. Like I'm aware of, like I feel like I'm in one of the toughest moments of my life, right? Because we talking about people. And I'm a different type of cat, right? Like what I realized is glad and blessed that, you know, I can do my own thing.
Right.
And I need to align with people that's going to respect my position.
Right.
Right. And there's room for growth on my side of like how I talk to people, how I conduct myself, 100%. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm scaling. Like I truly believe, not truly believe, bro. I'm telling you right now, Zon, that Bugatti, bro, like you can drive that shit. I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm gonna be coming to you in 3 to 4 years. I'm like, yo, Zon, like, why don't you come over here with me? Like, hell, you gonna have it too. This podcast gonna blow. You gonna be the next Joe Rogan.
Right.
But there's gonna be a moment I'm like, yo, you coming with me this time. We're gonna go to South of France, bring wifey. We're gonna have a good time. Sure. And we're going with Magic Johnson, them doing on a 200-foot yacht. Right. And we chilling for a couple of weeks.
$1 million a day and shit.
That's what I'm on, bro. Like the company worth $1 billion, right? Within 5 years. And so like I'm just charged for that. And so I'm in this interesting space. So like how I operate, what I do, what I say is important. And I feel like bosses just don't box. Like it's clout chasing. Like what I'm doing, I actually love it and I'm entertained by it and I don't knock it, but like I just don't see a CEO getting in the ring.
Right. You know, let me pause you right there.
Go ahead.
I seen the call.
But I'll knock T.O.'s ass out.
I believe you too.
I'll knock T.O.'s ass out.
Ooh, T.O., you hear that?
Zon, he a dog too now. Now I'll say this to you.
I'm gonna go a little.
I'm gonna give you what you want on your show.
I'm gonna give you. Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what you want. That's what you want. You're trying to get messy. That's my job in this media space. You trying to get messier than me. What's wrong with you? Go ahead, back, boy. No, listen. Yeah, you talking about you doing your research. You get out. Look, T.O. a dog.
No, he's 100%.
And I'm talking about, like, I ain't even talking about just on the football field. Like, I know what I'm dealing with. Like, T.O., like, he that. Remember, was you on the Eagles when he knocked out Buddy? Was you?
I wasn't there.
What was it, Douglas?
I was there when he played on.
I forget that a lot of athletes can do that. I'm talking about Hugh Douglas, dude walking around with muscles.
Hey, but you see me over here, right?
Yeah.
T.O.
Let me show you what I would do to T.O.
Hey, my dog bucking them call out.
Ain't no bucking no call out. This is what I would do to T.O.
Any call outs y'all got from a dog?
Look.
I take it for him. You know what I mean?
But you see that? You look good.
Cause I do this.
Let me show you how T.O. gonna fight. T.O.
I saw it set up.
Bro, I'm right here in the pocket with T.O.
And I'm a little nigga. I'm gonna take it from a dog. You feel me?
Hey, listen to me. So like, I would love to get in the ring with anybody.
But bosses ain't doing that.
Ain't doing that, bro. T.O. Like, look, all I'm fighting. Listen.
I get out there.
Listen to me.
I go out there, have a meeting at the top. Get out there, play basketball. I'm gonna wrestle, slam. We can scream and argue for 10 hours. I don't even know why. I ain't got no image. I ain't trying to portray an image. I'm straight from Lauderdale, and I'm gonna be Lauderdale till the day I die. That's the art of interception, baby. We say what needs to be said, baby. We out.
Are you gonna end with that? That's you messy. You messy. You good, boy.
Yeah, you know,